sunrise over Africa and the start of a new day. The bush is alive with the sights and sounds of the mammals of Africa. Come with us and learn about the common mammals of this vast continent. Join us and you will see the largest of all land mammals. The tallest, the fastest, maybe the cleverest, as well as some of the smallest and many others. Let's start our safari with the lion, the largest and most powerful of Africa's predators. A big male lion with his huge shaggy mane can weigh more than 200 kilograms. That's a lot of weight to carry around on a hot day. The lioness, smaller than the male, does most of the killing in the hunt. Her tawny color gives her good camouflage, and her sharp eyesight is a great asset. Although she looks docile, she's an effective killer. Now, in the heat of midday, lions like to sleep, especially after a large meal when their bellies are full. The cheetah has a sleek body and long legs built for speed. It can sprint at a speed of over 90 kilometers per hour over short distances. The cheetah's coat is spotted, but unlike those of the leopard, its spots are solid. This animal can't retract its claws and is therefore not a true cat. It is nevertheless a powerful hunter, living mainly on antelope such as impala. The sandy-colored coat and spots help the animal blend into the background. The beautiful king cheetah is a most striking animal. It is mostly found on the open savanna grasslands, but is being bred successfully elsewhere. Unlike the ordinary cheetah, this creature has thick black stripes and blotches on its back. These markings even run far up behind its ears. Black tear lines run down each side of the face. Its big brown eyes give it an appealing look, but don't let yourself be fooled. It's also a killer. The caracal, or roikat, has a lovely red fawn or red brick coat with paler underparts. It is fairly powerfully built and can hunt small to medium-sized mammals. The ears are long and pointed, with tufts of long black hair at the tips. It is nocturnal, but can sometimes be seen in the early mornings and late evenings. The serval is found over much of Africa. It has a yellow fawn body color with widely spaced black spots. The legs are long and the tail relatively short. It has large ears and an acute sense of hearing, which helps it in the hunt. The large, rounded ears have a black tip and a white patch on the rear surface. Most of the serval's food consists of small mammals such as rodents, upon which it will pounce in the long grass. The small spotted cat with her kitten. As its name indicates, it is really tiny, weighing less than 2 kilograms. It is wild and secretive and is seldom seen. The coat color is reddish fawn, with black or brown bars and stripes. Despite its small size, it can be a very vicious and aggressive little animal, which is impossible to tame. The female will sometimes use an old termite hole in which to raise from 1 to 3 kittens. Here she is in more comfortable surroundings, and she's a very good mother, as you can see. The African wild cat is very similar in color and behavior to the domestic cat. It is, however, a larger cat with longer legs. Unlike the small spotted cat, it can be tamed easily and becomes very affectionate. Even in the glare of a spotlight, the little bat-eared fox is unmistakable because of its large ears and bushy tail. The body is covered with long, silvery brown hair, but the legs and upper part of the bushy tail are black. The shy little creature will eat rodents, reptiles, insects, and fruit. The remarkable patchwork coloring of white, red-brown, yellow-brown and black, has given the wild dog the alternative name of painted wolf. It has huge rounded ears and, as one would expect, a fine set of teeth. This predator hunts antelope by forming a pack and then wearing their prey down during a long chase, after which they gather for the kill. As an endangered species, it is being bred successfully. The black-backed jackal is a dog-like carnivore with a saddle of black hair flecked with white on its back. The saddle is broadest near its shoulders and narrower at the waist. The flanks and legs are a tawny color, and there is white on the chin, throat and chest. The bushy tail is mainly black. This jackal will often snatch leftovers from a lion kill, and on the Namibian coast they feed on dead seal pups. They will also eat mice and insects and wild fruit when they can get it. The black-backed jackal is widely hunted by sheep farmers, but is not yet endangered. The side-striped jackal is a grizzled grey color with a very indistinct light band along each flank. The bushy tail is black with a white tip. A solitary and nocturnal animal, it is not often seen, except perhaps late in the evening or during the early morning when it comes out to look for its breakfast. It can run with speed in pursuit of mice or birds. This is the striped polecat or zorilla. It has long, shiny black hair with 4 broad white stripes down the back, from the top of the head to the base of the tail. There are also a few white face patches. The zorilla lives on rodents and insects. Sadly, this attractive little creature is often killed on the roads. The adult civet weighs about 10 kilograms. This makes it larger than genets, which it resembles. The fur is grey-brown with numerous black splotches and blotches. The face is marked with white, black and grey patches, making it look a bit like a bandit with a mask on his face. It will kill and eat mammals as large as a hare, although smaller prey is usually flushed out. The spotted hyena is easily identified. One can hardly miss its heavy forequarters, sloping back and short back legs. The body is spotted. The head is large, and the jaws are the most powerful of all the African predators. This makes it an active, aggressive predator. Although only a pair is shown here, the hyena lives in groups of up to 15 members. Each group defends a territory against other hyenas. These beasts eat anything, from insects to big game such as zebra and even giraffe. A litter of 1 to 4 cubs is born in summer. The brown hyena has a typical hyena build with heavy shoulders and low hindquarters, but it is a bit smaller than the spotted hyena. The coat is long and shaggy and is colored dark brown. The tail is bushy and dark. The brown hyena is mainly a scavenger at kills, but will feed on small mammals, insects and wild fruits. 2 to 3 cubs are born during summer. The aardwolf is much smaller than the hyenas. It has a few black vertical stripes on its pale buff body. The muzzle, feet and tail tip are all black. It lives in a variety of habitats away from forests and eats termites and other insects. It consumes very little flesh and is a relatively harmless creature. These charming little creatures are suricates. They are fawn grey in color with darker transverse bands on the back and dark eye patches and ears. Unlike the banded mongoose, which they resemble, these creatures are found in the arid regions of the southwest. They're very sociable, and the youngsters love to wrestle. This appealing little creature is the yellow mongoose. It is golden yellow in color with a conspicuous white-tipped tail. It is usually found in open, short grassland and semi-desert scrub, where it lives in small colonies of a few individuals, often sharing burrows with other creatures such as suricates and ground squirrels. Despite its cuddly appearance, it can be quite aggressive and is not easy to tame. The water mongoose is a fine, handsome fellow. This large mongoose is the size of a domestic cat and weighs 5 kilograms or more. It has dark, reddish-brown or black, shaggy hair, which has a glossy blue sheen in sunlight. It is found in swampy areas, along riverbanks and around dams, so it's a good swimmer. Although mainly active at night, it enjoys a bit of sunbathing now and then. It will eat birds, rodents, crabs, insects and reptiles, and has been known to steal and eat the eggs of crocodiles. A troop of banded mongooses are busy scavenging. Their bodies are a slightly grizzled brown color with dark brown transverse bands or bars across the back. The tail is fairly bushy. The animal is shown feeding in the open, but it prefers woodland with thick ground cover. The large troop that you see here is quite usual. The diet consists of mice, reptiles, birds and insects. Eggs are a favorite, so do keep your larder securely locked when you're camping. Snakes will be killed by an attack on their heads, which are neatly nipped off, and even poisonous scorpions are safely dealt with by this active, nimble little predator. The dwarf mongoose is a perky little creature. It is dark brown in color, with glossy but slightly grizzled fur and a pink nose. It likes woodlands and feeds on insects, including millipedes, skinks and geckos living in the rough bark of tree trunks. It also likes rocky places and even savanna, where its dens are often in termite mounds. It has sharp eyesight and always looks alert and lively. The African elephant is the largest land mammal, with a big bull weighing between 5 and 6 tons. The great size, flexible trunk, large flapping ears that help to keep this huge creature cool on a hot day, and sometimes massive tusks are all characteristic. Elephants love water, and bathing is a social occasion in which the whole family takes part. The usual social grouping is a small herd under a dominant cow. Elephants eat a wide variety of plants, including reeds on the river banks. Although this old bull, who has lost his tusks, looks docile, he can be extremely dangerous if he charges. The rock hyrax, or dossie, is a brown, furry little creature with no visible tail. Surprisingly, its closest relative is the elephant. Using its sharp incisors, the hyrax can eat a wide variety of plant material. This species likes to live amongst rocks, including ravines and outcrops, where colonies of 10 to 20 animals can be found. The massive white rhinoceros is also known as the square-lipped rhino. The word white is a corruption of weit, which comes from the old Dutch word for broad and refers to the mouth. The white rhino needs the wide mouth so that it can take in enough grass to feed its huge 2-ton bulk. This creature prefers short grassland on which it can graze with clumps of bush and thickets. The head is carried low, consistent with its grazing habit. Groups of 4 or 5 animals are often found, sharing mud wallows and dung middens. Dominant bulls will defend territories, but in general, the white rhino is less aggressive than the black. The calf usually walks in front of its mother. The black rhinoceros has a hooked mouth, useful for biting off the twigs and shoots on which it feeds. Although shown here with its head down as it drinks, this species can raise its head high, consistent with its browsing habit. It likes thickets, from which it strips the bushes of leaves and twigs with little regard for the thorns. Here you see an immature adult with a horn still developing. Although its eyesight is poor, this juvenile has well-developed senses of hearing and smell. It will grow into a mature adult weighing almost 1.5 tons, considered to be one of the dangerous Big 5 game animals. The Burchell's zebra, or plains zebra, is a stocky specimen that often has vague shadow stripes between the main black stripes. They show clearly on the coat of this mare. The herds are usually dominated by a single stallion. An adult such as this can kick a hyena to death if it comes too close to its flailing hooves. This species prefers open woodlands and grasslands. Its main food is grass, although browsing on the leaves of trees and bushes might also be done. The Cape Mountain zebra is an interesting subspecies that lives in small herds. It has very even stripes on the sides. Also, it has a quite remarkable, regular set of markings on the powerful hindquarters. These form a distinct grid or herringbone pattern that are a good aid to identification. Hartmann's zebra has rather narrow, dark stripes on the sides, but no shadow stripes. The legs are well marked, but on the belly there are no stripes at all. This zebra prefers semi-desert conditions. The warts on each side of this warthog's face are very evident indeed. There are 4 on the males, such as this big specimen shown here, but only 2 on each female. This active animal can be seen grubbing around during the day. They often kneel when feeding on grass or roots. This action makes feeding easier. After a time, calluses will develop on their knees. The body is a sort of mud-spattered grey-brown color. There is a long snout with strong, curved tusks that are used for defense and to root up food. The warthog likes open bush. This fine fellow is the bush pig. His body is covered with coarse, silvery brown hair, and his ears have little tufts at the end. Here he's enjoying a sand bath close to the reed beds and riverine forest that are his home. His head and snout are long. Often all one can see of the hippopotamus is its ears, eyes and nose protruding above the water surface. Amongst the heaviest of land mammals, this massive creature has a barrel-like body and short legs and can weigh more than 2 tons. To get the great quantity of food it needs, the hippo will usually spend the night grazing on reeds and grass, returning to the water in the early morning. With a height of 5 meters or more, the giraffe is the tallest mammal in the world. Its long neck has only 7 bones, like other mammals. Its heart is massive in order to pump blood all the way to the brain. Its very long legs enable it to run at speed in evading an attacker. These tall beasts live in dry savanna woodland, where they can browse on the high canopy of leaves that other animals can't reach. Their flexible lips and tongues can be used to strip leaves delicately from the branches of thorn trees as they feed. The blue wildebeest has powerful high forequarters and sloping hindquarters. The head is large, but the horns are less massive than those of the buffalo. The body is dark grey. It is usually found in herds of a dozen or more animals. It likes to graze on the open grassland and savanna, where it uses its speed to escape from predators. It can also defend itself with its horns. The bontebok is a beautifully marked antelope with its white facial blaze contrasting starkly with the deep brown purple body. Its buttocks, underbelly and lower legs are white. Like some other antelope, bontebok will mark their territories by rubbing against branches to leave scent as a warning to intruders. It will also use its heavily ridged, lyre-shaped horns to fend off trespassers on its breeding territory. The distinctive white blaze can be seen very clearly here. The tsessebe has purplish-brown upper parts with a dark head and shoulders. The lower legs are yellow-brown. Both sexes carry heavily ridged, lyre-shaped horns. These are grazers that like open savanna grassland or woodland, where they live in small groups. Built with the long legs and sleek lines of a champion racehorse, they are one of the fastest antelope and can outrun most pursuers. The common, or grey duiker, is larger than the other duikers. Its coat is grey-brown, with lighter underparts. There are black markings on the face and forelegs. It is mainly a browser, but will also eat grass in the lightly bushed areas that it frequents. This animal is rather solitary. Unlike the other duikers that round their backs as they walk, this one keeps its back straight. The tiny blue duiker only weighs about 4 kilograms and is the smallest of all the African antelope. Its body is slate grey to dark brown. Both sexes carry small, spiky little horns. They love forest and dense bush where they can dive into the undergrowth to escape pursuers. The red duiker is also a bit smaller than the grey duiker, yet it is larger than the blue. The coat on its back is a rich reddish brown, but the throat is lighter in color. There is a small crest of hair on the top of the head. Like the blue duiker, both sexes carry short horns. It lives in thick forests where it feels secure from predators. The springbok is a true gazelle. This striking animal lives in semi-arid regions where it can use its speed on the open terrain. It can run at 80 kilometers per hour and often does a stiff-legged, bounding run known as pronking. The springbok has a fawn-colored back, separated from its white underparts by a dark red-brown stripe down each side. The head is white, with a dark line running down each side of the face from the lip to the eye. The underbelly and haunches are white. They feed by grazing and browsing. At certain times of the year, the rams will hold and defend a territory against others. Here, 2 young rams are playfully testing their strength. The klipspringer is a neat-looking little antelope with a coarse, springy yellow coat. The lips, chin and underparts are lighter in color than the back. They will stand motionless for hours. Moving over the rocks on the tips of their tiny, rubbery hooves, they are amazingly agile. The steenbok is a small, solitary animal widely distributed over Africa. It has large ears and a reddish coat with white underparts. Even in the long grass, the animal can be identified by its enormous ears. They are shy and like to lie down where they are concealed from direct view. The adult bull sable antelope is beautifully marked with a shiny black coat, while the females and young are more reddish-brown in color. Their horns are long and gracefully curved back. These can be lethal as the antelope kneels to fight with long sideward sweeps of its horns. The white markings on the face can be clearly seen from the front. The gemsbok is also strikingly marked with its grayish-brown body color and white underparts. There are black stripes on the face and legs and down the lower part of each side. The face and lower legs also have white on them. This antelope has 2 long rapier-like horns with which to defend itself. In the hot, semi-arid regions that are this creature's range, it has developed a cooling system based on the evaporation of sweat, while the blood in its brain is also cooled by a unique mechanism. These animals are mountain reedbuck. They have grey fawn upperparts and white underparts with a yellow-tipped coat on the head and neck. Unlike the females seen here, the ram carries short, forward curved horns. The bushy tail shows a white undersurface when the animal is alarmed. They like mountainous, bushy country with grassy slopes and plenty of water. They are grazers. The waterbuck is a large, shaggy antelope easily identified by the white markings on the face and throat and the white ring about the rump. They give off a pungent odor from the glands on the haunches. The bull carries large, powerful, forward-swept horns which are heavily ringed. This species likes permanent water close to reed beds and woodland where they can seek cover. The red lechwe has a reddish coat and hindquarters higher than its forequarters. The lower parts of the animal are white. There are black stripes down the forelegs. The ram carries widespread, heavily ridged, swept-back horns. This antelope is found close to water where they feed on aquatic grasses. They are good swimmers with elongated hooves to help them move in muddy areas. The coat of this puku ewe is golden fawn with an off-white belly. The ram has quite short, heavily ridged, lyre-shaped horns. This animal lives near marshes and rivers where it feeds on marsh grasses. A juvenile ram is shown here. The Cape buffalo is a massive, powerful animal that can weigh more than 800 kilograms. Adult bulls are almost black, but the cows are brownish. The large horns with their heavy boss are heavier by far than those of the wildebeest. The ears hang below these. Both sexes of the greater kudu are beautiful antelope, although only the bull has horns. Note the sleek lines of this cow, also the vertical white stripes down each flank and the large, sensitive ears. This antelope prefers woodland and browses on a variety of plants. It is a graceful creature that can gallop at considerable speed to elude pursuers. When running through a thicket, the bull will lie his huge spiral horns flat along his flanks. Whereas this male Sitatunga's shaggy coat is a plain color, that of the female is prettily striped and spotted with white flecks. The adult bull has horns like those of a nyala. It is a good swimmer and the hooves are splayed for walking in muddy conditions. The dark, shaggy coat and yellow legs of this nyala bull are most striking. The males carry a mane of erectile white hair on the back, and fringes of hair also hang shaggily from the underparts. The spiral horns are white-tipped. Both genders have clear, vertical white stripes on the sides. The female is russet brown and resembles a female kudu. This antelope occurs in dry savanna woodland close to water. The female bushbuck is reddish-brown with white spots on the flanks. Her throat has 2 white patches on it, and the legs have white markings on them. The males are darker and larger and carry short, sharp horns. They inhabit dense forest and bush and are shy and secretive. This massive creature, the eland, is the largest antelope in Africa and can weigh as much as 900 kilograms. It is beige fawn in color. Straight horns are found in both sexes, while the bulls have a heavy dewlap under the neck. The eland likes open plains with light scrub or woodland savanna, although a few are also found in mountainous terrain. The Chakma baboon has a dog-like head and broken tail. The body is covered with coarse grey-brown hair. They move in troops that might number 100 or more and sleep in trees or on rocky cliffs. Chakmas eat almost anything, including small mammals, birds, lizards, insects and fruit. Here you see a few of them relaxing in a closely knit social group. The youngsters are usually cheeky and full of fun. The vervet, or green monkey, has coarse, grizzled grey hair with a black face, hands and feet. This species likes woodland close to water and moves around in troops governed by a strict social hierarchy. The young are carried around under the belly of the mother. Plant foods, insects and invertebrates are eaten. The samango monkey is a bit bigger than the vervet and is a darker grey. Their cheeks carry long whiskers. The latter half of the tail is dark. They seldom come down from the trees, where their food comprises leaves, seeds and fruit. The chimpanzee is very human in appearance and actions. This old chap's fur is almost black and stands out starkly against the background as he comforts himself against the chill of the early morning. Chimpanzees like forest savanna or even deep forest. Communities are large and live in areas that can cover several hundred kilometers. This chimpanzee has learnt to use grass stems to catch ants, and this one uses a sponge to get rainwater. Here they show their dexterity in handling a piece of fruit. This chimp has even learnt to throw a missile, although he's not likely to do much harm by it. Their strong attachment to each other is indicated here. The thick-tailed bush baby has thick grey-brown hair with a bushy tail. Its large, almond-coloured eyes are adapted to night vision. It lives in woodland forests where it comes out at night to feed on a diet of insects, birds, fruit and lizards. Here, two of them are meeting and grooming each other. The hedgehog is a small creature whose upper parts are covered with short spines that especially protect it when it curls up into a ball. The legs, tail and face are all covered with short, stiff hair. There is a band of white hair across the forehead and cheeks. The hedgehog eats lizards, wild fruits, mice and insects. The upper body of the porcupine, a large rodent weighing up to 20 kilograms, is covered in long, brittle, black and white quills with which it defends itself. Contrary to common belief, it cannot shoot these. A nocturnal animal, it sleeps in burrows during the day and feeds on tree bark, tubers, roots and bulbs during the night. You can see an albino here. Note how the animal spreads its quills in defense when disturbed. The spring hare looks a bit like a tiny kangaroo. It hops from place to place on its powerful back legs. The body fur is golden red and the bushy tail is tipped black. They like open grassland where they feed on roots and grass. These nervous little creatures make sure their burrows are safe before they enter them. The scrub hare has long ears and powerful hind legs. Its fur is flecked grey-brown. Although it likes cultivated fields, it mainly frequents open grasslands and woodlands, from which it takes grass as its main source of food. The fur on the back of the ground squirrel is light brown, with a single white stripe down each side. The underparts are light-coloured, but the long bushy tail is darker. This female is nursing cubs. Here she's feeding on fruit, but will also eat a variety of other plant material. This bright little creature is a tree squirrel. It is pale brown in colour with lighter underparts. It's very much at home in the trees. The tail flicking is characteristic. It will eat berries and other plants as well as insects, and usually lives with others of its kind in a small colony. The Cape fur seal is resident along the south